Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Priscilla, also known as scillaxnicole. Today I'm finally giving you guys something you guys have been wanting for a really long time. It is my delivery and I guess delivery aftermath of my pregnancy, how everything went, what I've been going through, what I've been dealing with. I did get postpartum. I'm barely getting out of it 9, almost 10 months later. So if you guys want to know my story, then keep on watching. Alright, so let's get started on this video. Wow, let's see if I can remember everything because there's so many details when it comes to this video. But pregnancy, let's start off with pregnancy. So as you guys all know, I've had struggles with my pregnancies. Every single one has been high risk. I have had miscarriages, I've had to have terminations, and obviously I have children. But in this pregnancy, the complication that I had was I had excessive fluid in my stomach. So Camila was like in a super huge pool of water, which is a dangerous, it's called polyhydramnios, if I'm saying it right, if that's correct. And so I had the excessive fluid in my tummy. I only gained 18 pounds. I was quite small with Camila. My son, I gained like 33 pounds or 31 pounds, I want to say. So yeah, so with Camila was 19 pounds. I swear, I'm getting freaking confused. Camila was 18 pounds. Mason was 31 pounds. And when I had Camila, unfortunately, I want to say a week and a half prior to my due date, Camila decides to flip on me. So she was head up, she was breached. So instead of baby's head being down, which she was the whole entire pregnancy, she ended up flipping, so her head was up kind of by my ribs, her bum was to the side, and her feet were like down by my hoo-ha. And so they told me that if she didn't flip on her own, I was going to have a scheduled C-section. So instantly I started panicking. I was extremely scared. I was crying. I had no idea what to do, because I think when it comes to pregnancy, for me at least, the one thing that I always told myself was, oh my God, if I have a C-section, I'm gonna die. That's something I can't go through. Like, that was the number one thing I did not want. And yeah, it ended up happening. Camila tried flipping back on her own because they said that that was possible, but what happened was she was still breached, but she ended up getting stuck. So instead of her head being on top and her feet being on bottom, she was supposed to flip this way so she could go down, head down. Well, she ended up flipping backwards, so her head was here, her butt was down by my hoo-ha, and her feet were over here. So she was totally all squished in there. She was stuck. So yeah, they ended up having to get her out. I had my C-section at 39 weeks. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I was so scared. I was crying. I didn't know what to think. I was excited too, but I didn't know what to expect, only because obviously I had never gone through that with my son. I had him vaginally. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, am I gonna die? Because they told me, you know, this is a major surgery. You know, I didn't know what to think. All I was thinking about, I think, in the beginning was anesthesia. Like, how is anesthesia gonna go? With my son, I do remember getting my epidural, but I was in so much pain that I don't even remember that. So just going into the hospital, being freaking A1, like all up in my head, like I'm totally fine, knowing that I was going to get a spinal tap, which goes deeper than the epidural. That's what they told me. Freaked me the heck out. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be left chueca. I got sciatica because of my epidural with my son. So I was just like, you know, what's gonna happen to me? Like, is everything gonna be okay? But you know, I prayed, and I think God was really, really with me that day, because when I went back to the room, my fiance couldn't go, my mom couldn't go. It was just me with the nurses and the anesthesiologist, you know, doing everything. So when he came in, explained everything to me, told me I was gonna have to stay still. I had like this like old man, like my support system, and some young girl who was like, I think she was there like from school or something. So I was like really scared, but you know, they helped me through it. I took deep breaths. I remember like going down, crouching down, how they told me to go, the position I had to go to, and I was just like, wait, just like give me a second, like I need a second, you know, to just calm myself down. And I did. I went into position and I didn't feel a thing. I didn't know when he inserted the syringe. I didn't know when he took it out. I felt absolutely nothing. So with that, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's amazing. You know, I didn't feel anything. So I was so happy. I know others have told me that spinal taps are very painful. Like my cousin the day prior had told me that it was really painful. So I was like, oh my gosh. But with me, it wasn't. And I remember telling the anesthesiologist, like, I felt absolutely nothing. And he was like, I'm good at my job. And I was like, yeah, you are. Like, thanks to you, I felt nothing. And I was less freaked out. But so it got a little bad for me because when the medication went through, it took very little time. I got scared because they told me in some cases with anesthesia, your blood pressure, I think it is, can go very low and you want to throw up and they don't want you throwing up. And you can just like get very sick. And he said if at any moment I started feeling like that, there is something they could put in my IV to make me feel okay, make me relax and everything. Well, your girl starts tripping. I started feeling like, oh my God, I'm dying. My heart started racing. I remember grabbing onto the nurse, well, he was the anesthesiologist, and I'm like, I'm dying, I'm not okay, like I need help, like help me, you know, like, and my body's numb already, you know, so I'm like what the hell, and no one could be in there with me. So I'm in here with random people, and this was prior to my fiance coming. He couldn't come in until I was like ready to be open, and you know, once I was calmed down, I guess they don't want them to see you and distress, because I'm sure it would just freak them out as well. Over here freaking out, feeling like I can't breathe, and I don't want to scare you guys, I'm just telling you guys, you know, what happened to me, and this is something that can happen. But as soon as he put that medicine through the IV, it took maybe a minute before like I calmed down and everything was cool from there. I remember Junior telling me like, they're cutting you now, they're doing this now, and I felt nothing, you know. I felt pressure, and when I say pressure, no pain at all. It's just like somebody's playing with your stomach almost, you know, like massaging it. So that happened and everything went good. Camila came out. They told me, yep, she's breached. She was in there all freaking lopsided and everything. She did come out with her nose crooked because I guess her face was to the side pressured for like a whole week. So she did have a little lopsided nose, but she was so cute. And she was 8 pounds, 6 ounces, I want to say. So she was a little bit, you know, heavier, or like a good sized baby. But yeah, so that was my experience with the whole C-section as far as like procedure. The aftermath of a C-section, oh man. So the first day, you're good. You're good because you still have the medication in your system. So you hardly feel any pain. I remember them wanting me to walk almost like hours after the procedure. So yeah, I was walking, and by the second day, I want to say midday, was when I was like, I remember them actually before that asking me, do you want medication? I was like, no, I'm fine. And they're like, well, you know, you've just had big surgery, big incision, and we're able to give you medication right now so you don't feel the pain in the future. And I was like, no, I'm fine. I want to see how much pain I could tolerate. As soon as that pain came, I'm over here calling the freaking nurse like, I need the medicine. I was like, I can't take this. It started burning. It was just like I was sore. I was crying so much to Junior because I was constantly going freaking pee, so I had to get up out of the bed. And it was so painful, so painful. Obviously, once I took the medication, I thought I was like freaking superwoman. But then the pain would come back. I was like that for days. And then, because I was in the hospital for, I want to say 3 or 4 days. I don't really remember. So yeah, I was there with the baby. Everything was good. It was just, you know, me getting pain, walking. They wanted you to walk as much as possible, eating, making sure that I pooped and I peed. And then I got sent home. I got sent home. Once again, medication. I thought I could do it on my own. I took medication for like the first 2 days and then I stopped only because I was breastfeeding. They did tell me that it wouldn't harm the baby, but me personally, I just wasn't okay with that. I didn't know what the medication was, and I just feel like if I didn't really need it, then I wasn't going to take it. So I didn't take it. And after that, so when I got home, I had to sleep downstairs because you cannot go upstairs. So I was downstairs in one of our guest bedrooms, and I was there with the baby. They set everything up like really nice for me. It got really hard. At first I was getting a lot of help. I was getting all the help like you could imagine for like a good 2 weeks. Or no, I'm lying. Like a week and a half. So I was really thankful for that. But then the feeling of feeling like entrapped in a bedroom, not being able to enjoy certain moments with your brand new baby, like I wanted to take pictures of her, you know, the newborn pictures. I wanted to videotape her all the time, but me physically and mentally, I wasn't okay. Like I got the baby blues instantly. Like I had no energy for anything. All I wanted to do practically was like eat a little bit, breastfeed her, and go to sleep. So I remember with my son, like, you know, you could rest for the first week, but then you're able to pretty much, you know, be there for your baby and do extra activities with them. I couldn't do any of that. You guys see that I'm on social media. I really wanted to, you know, do all the videos and take pictures and dress her up and just do so much more. And I feel like I got robbed with that because I could hardly move. You know, I was in so much pain. Like when it takes me back, I was in such a dark place and my hormones were all whacked. And they told me that with a C-section that, you know, was a high chance of me getting, you know, depressed. And I did. I got very depressed. And then when a month came, because I had to be downstairs, I couldn't walk on stairs for 6 whole weeks. Like you had to be super by the book for 6 freaking weeks after a C-section. So imagine being 6 weeks downstairs. You know, my husband goes upstairs, you know, with Mason to go to bed, and I'm stuck downstairs, you know, with Camila. And you know, when she was a baby, she would sleep a lot. So I felt like it was just me by myself, and I wanted to be with my family, and I couldn't do that. And that was one of the hardest things for me to capture. You know, I've never had a daughter. It was my first daughter, and you want to be girly with your daughter, and you want to take pictures with her. So that was the thing that hurt me the most, honestly, and just being cooped up. So I thought I was going to get better, but weeks passed and I wasn't getting better. A month after that, I went to the doctors, obviously for a checkup, and I just remember taking a test. They're like, we want you to just do a written test. We do this with everyone. I guess it's just to find out like if you're depressed or not. Well, I was super depressed, and the doctor told me that I had to go back 2 weeks later to retake, or no, like 3 weeks later to redo the test. And if I still had the same results, I was basically going to be put on medication, and I did not want that. I thought, you know what, I will fix it on my own. I'll start doing things. I'll feel happy. You know, I just had a baby, so, you know, I don't need that. I don't need that. I told myself I don't need that. And I didn't get better. I did not get better. I stopped posting on social media. I didn't want to get ready anymore. I felt ugly. I felt like, you know, like my mind kept repeating all those moments that like I lost with Camila. I know I was with her and we were bonding, but my mind was just like in such a weird place. Like I can't explain it. One of the scarier things that did happen to me, and this is normal, and somebody might be ashamed to talk about this. I'm not. When you're depressed and you have a baby, you think weird thoughts when it comes to your baby. Like, I would walk up the stairs and I'm like, what if I just freaking like threw her like over the stairs? Like weird, excuse me, weird shit. I would never, ever do that. But the fact that my mind went there was freaking me the hell out. Even when I was in the car, like, what if I threw her out the window? Like, my mind would say that. And I'm like, no, no, no. And I'd squeeze her so tight. And I'm like, I love her. I'll never hurt her. I'll never do this to you. I don't know why my mind's freaking effing with me right now. And when I had those thoughts, it was freaking me out. So instantly I'd grab the baby. I'd hug her. I tell her I love her, and, you know, just tell my mind, like, you're freaking tripping. Like, why are you thinking this? Like, you're freaking crazy, you know? And obviously I would never do anything to hurt my baby, and I never hurt my baby. But you think those thoughts when you get postpartum depression. And I've talked to many girls about this, and at first I was ashamed, but when girls started telling me that they were getting the same thoughts, I was like, dang, that's scary. That's why some girls listen to those thoughts. Some girls are so deep in depression or going through other problems where they just listen to those thoughts, and sometimes they hurt their children, and that's horrible. So, you know, if you're going through that and you feel like you're really gonna hurt your baby, I'd advise you to really go, you know, get help. Me, I was stronger minded and, you know, brushed it like hell no, like fighting almost with my inner self, you know? And yeah, that was one of the crazier thoughts. That's one of the signs where I knew, like, okay, I'm hella depressed. Those thoughts to this day still linger a little bit. I brush them off like, no, like, you know what I mean? Not as often as before, but sometimes I'm feeling better. I'm doing my makeup, you know, I'm feeling a little bit better about myself. I have had like little weight issues within myself and self-confidence, but I'm working on that right now. But yeah, depression's no joke, and I feel like my experience was a hard one this time. With my son, it was still hard, but I still, you know, went through a really tough time, and I'm coming out of it, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful to God that He has given me the strength on a lot of things, because sometimes I felt like I was losing my mind. And I'm just happy that I'm finally feeling better. I don't want to cry. I don't want to mess my makeup up. So yeah, that's really hard. It's hard. I know for a while people were asking me for this video, and I felt like in the beginning I couldn't do it because of how I felt, and I felt like my feelings were so weird. It takes time. Like I said, I'm happy my daughter's healthy. I'm happy my son's healthy. I'm just happy my family and I, you know, are healthy, and, you know, we're striving, we're working to be, you know, better people, me personally. So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have like a breakdown, so I better finish this video up. I do have to see if I have some questions. I just posted for some questions on my phone, so let's see what some girls just asked. So our friend here said, with everything you've been through, would you still want more kids? You look great for having 2 kids, by the way. Thanks, boo. This is by Mary. Yeah, I would do it all over again. Do I want more kids? I did. Besides like the things I went through, I do think about me getting older. As you guys know, some of you guys might not know, but I will be 31 in December. So I know reproductive systems get a little bit funny once you're 35. So with everything that I've been through, it does scare me to go through a very serious matter like I did in the past. So that's one thing that does stop me and makes me think twice about having more kids. So I'm not for sure if I want more kids. One of our friends here said, how long were you in labor? So I did have a C-section. So it took about, I think setup was like 45 minutes, and then the whole procedure took like 45 minutes to an hour. And then I went to a room where it's like post-op, real quick before like I was in the room. So it's pretty fast. Did you have to get stitches? So they ended up doing stitches, but then putting the glue over. So I literally had this strip of glue, which was nice. So that kind of peeled off on its own. And this question's from Sammy. Did you get an epidural? I did not get an epidural. I got a spinal tap. Almost the same thing. I guess this just goes a little bit deeper into your nerves or something like that. That's what they told me. And then she asked, ¿Quieres más bebés? I don't know yet. I'm still deciding if I do. I kind of want to get pregnant next year. If it doesn't happen next year, then most likely I won't have any more kids. So this is from Beautified by Lupito. It says, who is your motivation in life and where do you see yourself in 5 years? God bless you. Oh, so nice. So my it's so weird. I'm motivated by everybody. I don't have one specific person that I look up to. Everyone motivates me. If I see someone striving, and if I don't know you, but I see you hustling and working hard, you motivate me. You don't have to be a star or someone famous to motivate me, Instagram famous, YouTube famous. You could be a person who walks in my store and you tell me your story. You're going to motivate me. So I think that is a really good question, and I never thought about it, but I'm motivated by everybody. And where do you see yourself in 5 years? So in 5 years, I see myself in, hopefully my store grows, big store. Hopefully I have at least 2 by that time. I want to have healthy, grown, beautiful kids. I just, want to be very, very family orientated, and then just have my store and just live a normal life. I want to build relationships with all you guys and be able to help all you guys in all my experiences, because I've gone through a lot. So in 5 years, I want to just like help as much as I can. The questions that I'm getting are if I had an epidural. So I think most don't know that I had a C-section. Another one is, did I get postpartum? Yes, I got postpartum, and I explained all of that to you guys. How long did my postpartum last? So it lasted 9 months. 9+ because I'm still kind of going through it a little bit. So yeah, a lot of the questions that are being asked are questions that I already answered. So hopefully this video is helpful to most of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys stayed through this whole video. I feel like my lash is like hanging off. Oh my god. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my video. You guys have inspired me in so many ways. So I wanted to do this video to help you guys. It's been requested. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. And stay tuned for my next videos. I love you guys so much, and thank you for everything you guys do. You guys are seriously amazing. So I love you all. To my little girl, Camila. Wow, what can I say? It's been a crazy ride. I swear it's all been worth it. I love you so much, you and Mason.
Every freaking
are my world.
It's different.
And without you guys, Mommy doesn't know where she would be. I'm excited for our future. I'm excited to see you walk. I'm excited to see you and Mason play and just have an amazing bond within each other. Mommy is so proud of you, Mason, for how you take care of Camila and everything you do for her. And Camila, you're such a good little sister. You're a little wild sometimes, but man, am I lucky to have two beautiful children. Everything I've gone through, I wouldn't change it for the world. I would do it all again. I would go through the pain all over again just to have you guys in my life. So I just want you guys to always remember that Mommy's here and Mommy's never gonna leave your side, and I will always protect you and do everything I can in my power to make sure you guys live the life that you're supposed to live. So I want to thank you guys for changing Mommy's life and making it the best life.